Hey everybody, welcome to Marvel Movie News. Today we're talking about Deadpool and we're talking about Luke Cage and Infinity War. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's this little trailer called Black Panther. Black Panther! Markia's not dead, she's still alive. Stay right there and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Marvel Movie News.
Marquis is having a lot of fun with her Black Panther pop vinyl. All right, hey everybody. Welcome to the Marvel Movie News. This is episode 135 coming to you live from Wakanda, where we'll tell you all the news from all the studios and why you should be as excited as we are. Subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News or find us at youtube.com, Popcorn Talk Network. You can also find us through their website, popcorntalknetwork.com, or on Twitter at Marvel News PTN or at the Popcorn Talk. Also on Facebook.com/Marvel, Facebook.com. That's how you say.
Always one that gets me. It's the slashes.
Facebook.com/Marvel News Show. And guys, if you tweet a link out to our show with a message telling people about the live chat, Rowdy Roddy Rody.
Yes.
It changes every time. I think he said Rowdy Ronnie Piper last
Well, he said it incorrectly. I'm changing it.
It's going to grow.
You're changing it back?
No, I'm not. I added Rowdy to it. I just changed it back to Ronnie Roney.
It's evolving, much like a Pokemon.
I dig it. Then I'll do
Roddy
the tweets
Roney,
now.
Roddy.
Ronnie Roney.
Yes.
Strong.
Yeah, say that 5 times.
They live.
Rowdy Roddy Rody. Rowdy Roddy Rody. Rowdy Roddy Rody.
Yes, I like the way that you fight, by the way.
We fight with love.
In alleyways.
But no, but Ronnie and Roni is important because it's Ronin.
Yeah,
you got to. If you take that out, you have no Marvel.
It's true. Then it's just a
callback.
nickname.
Then it's just like a nickname.
Yeah.
No one wants just a nickname on our show.
Not here.
We're a Marvel
Not in
News
our
show.
house.
Where the hell's have I did?
Come on. It's true. This is also episode, the second appearance of Punisher, Amazing Spider-Man 135. One of only 55 comics I need to complete Spider-Man.
Nerds. And 135. Whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot of shows.
A lot of shows.
Yeah, that is. There's a lot of shows.
And I'm glad that you're with us.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Like I'm like super excited that you're like a part of the team. Like I've said that 1,000 times, and you've been a part of the team for a long time.
Always true.
But
especially today, because today's Marquia's show.
Oh man, today is
the fans have voted.
Yeah,
And they've
That
decided.
was a lot of votes. So I was like
votes.
happily surprised. In fact, it was so many that it's like we could probably bookend it with some Black Panther at the end too.
Both ends of the show, Black Panther.
we can.
It probably will happen without an option.
We've got newsy bits that we could save for the end and talk about the trailer at the beginning.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
You want to do
Talk
that?
about the trailer at the beginning.
From the jump. I say trailer from the jump and then
Trailer from Jump. All right.
Because
Well, before we do that, we need to introduce ourselves. My name is Matt Key. I'm at the Matt Key. We're joined by Markia McCarty at MarkeIAMCCARTY.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how to spell it. I'm trying to get the inflections down.
Cadence?
The cadence. Yeah. Say it for me.
MarkeiAMCCARTY.
ARTY.
Yes.
A-R-T. The fans are like, we didn't tune in for this. Stop it.
No, there's a
They're like,
remix
just let her
somewhere.
talk about
A
Black
DJ
Panther.
right now is just like playing with the spellings of Markia McCarty. Somewhere in Ibiza, someone's just going, man.
Someone in Ibiza, someone took a pill and is just like
And is
having
playing Markia's name.
Yeah. We also have Coyjandro at COYJANDREAU.
Every time, like music.
We've got our engineer in the booth, as we've already said, Rowdy Ronnie Roney. We've got Colt Badeau tweeting from the Star Jammer, ever present, just not on our couch.
Yeah.
And we also have on our couch, speaking of, superfan Gio Benya.
Close. Benya. But yeah, there you go.
Benya?
Benya.
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 And what?
It's a P.
Oh,
P-E.
I heard a B.
No,
I heard a B.
Pena.
All right,
There
you
Pena.
go.
Pena.
Like Ant-Man's own, Michael.
I don't know if
Exactly,
you guys
yeah,
see
Michael
it.
Pena.
You remember
He's my
this
uncle.
gorgeous piece of fan art that he sent us?
This was Gio.
This was Gio.
This was Gio.
And we have Gio here.
He made us a great.
I was here.
He
That's
made
the
me
fans.
Spidey Poo.
Gio_was_here.
Oh, there's the fans.
Oh,
There's
that's
the
awesome.
fans.
Yeah.
Oh, I just now noticed you have the Captain Marvel on the computer.
Yep.
There's Easter eggs
Yeah,
in
there's
it.
Easter eggs in it.
I made
man.
sure to go back to it. I even, like, from the picture I showed you guys,
You've
Boy
added
didn't
flavor?
have a sword, so I added that later.
I do have a sword now! Spidey Pool is complete.
Spidey
There you
Pool's
go.
complete,
That's
yeah.
awesome. And what is it that you do, sir?
I am a sign language interpreter. So,
Whoa!
yeah, mostly I will be
Excellent.
working in different places. Actually, you guys'
introduction to the idea of having Black Bolt with using sign language for me made me so excited.
Right?
But
That's awesome.
The one that's more relevant here is I also sometimes work at the Disney parks and the cruise ships interpreting. So, Marquette, you really need to get on one of those cruise ships because the kids area just added a wall with just Wakanda.
What?
And then the
And what's
other
on the other side?
That's
What's
all,
on the,
all
wait
the
for it.
selfies.
No,
What's
the
on the
other
other side?
It's basically a small recreation of the library from Doctor Strange.
We would never leave that. He was telling us
That's it.
before the show.
That's it. We're packing up the fam. We're
Yeah,
going to the
let's
Disney
go,
cruise
let's
ship.
go, guys.
You're going. We'll
Yeah.
find a Deadpool
Let's
thing.
make
We're
it happen.
going.
I just bring Deadpool. I go as Deadpool. I just
There we
like
go.
I'm just
And
there.
that
Like,
makes it
this is
Deadpool.
good.
Marvel,
Because
everyone-
Deadpool can exist anywhere.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
Perfect.
But
It's
yeah,
canon.
He told us that, and I was like, well, Marquis and I would never leave that room.
Well, I
Like,
guess.
we would just like sit back to back, like we're in like gym
I mean, like,
class.
look at
and
me.
just,
I'm
like,
in the Golden City. Selfie, selfie, selfie.
And that fan film you sent me, Deadpool, Black Panther, like that's like, what are the chances there's all these team ups between this show's like canon films?
Amazing.
It's so good.
all
Marquia
right.
show today.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of Marquia's show, let's talk Deadpool.
I'm gonna throw something at you. This Doctor Strange Funko Pop.
It's in disaster form. It'll go right through me.
That's true.
For reals though, Black Panther. Oh my God.
Maybe now this is a bold statement. I just want to say it.
Okay.
I think it might be my favorite Marvel trailer.
Oh, isn't
Yeah.
it so incredible? It
Like, I had-
hits everything that it's supposed to hit. Everything and then more, and then this is a teaser. This is like a teaser. There's going to be
There's-
so much
there's
more.
This is only 90 seconds.
I'd assume there's a whole movie
Oh.
coming. I think there might even be 100 or so
You know
minutes
what? I
know.
more.
You know what?
Maybe.
Honestly, if there was like, I would be upset if there wasn't a movie, but this teaser by itself, I
man.
was just like, well, I'm done.
I watched it
done.
so many times. I usually watch
good.
a trailer like
With it.
4 or 5 times. I watched this trailer like a feature length amount of times.
Yeah.
Like when Deadpool and this, the only trailers I was like, another.
Yeah.
Again, please. In Spanish.
I just did a
Subtitles.
AfterBuzz WWE Raw after
Yeah.
show with Jay Washington yesterday.
Oh,
He
I love
watched
Jay.
it 74 times. He told me 74 times.
I'm
like,
up there with him.
I like the idea that after
like you
10,
watched
he's like,
the
I should
movie.
start counting this. I should really see where I'm at with the view count.
It's about
Yeah.
the number of times I've actually seen your reaction video.
I converted like the rest of the office with that because they were like, "Wait, what is this? This a comic book movie? I need to see this."
Egg
At
Groundlings?
Growlings, yeah. And they were like, "Yeah, I need to see this now. Are you putting a group together? Can we go with you?"
Oh my God, that's awesome. As a matter of fact, yes, I am.
Like, yes, I am. I put many movie groups together. That's why I see movies like 3 to 4 times because everybody's schedule. Yeah.
I did that for Doctor Strange. I typically don't do like big movie groups, but like for Doctor Strange, I was like, all right, everyone wants to come watch Doctor. Like, I get it. Like, it's my character. You want to see how I react? Fine, we'll all go watch it. So we all went to
I had a weird like isolationist experience with Deadpool where I didn't want to be worried about anyone else's reaction, so I got a chimichanga and I had like a spiritual journey by myself. It's like, this is important to me. No one, okay.
But it is like you got your film, then I got my film, and now you're getting your film,
Yes. Yes, I
and
am.
your film looks amazing.
It's so amazing.
It looks great.
This is. I think this is going to be. I mean, Logan might do it anyway, which
Yeah.
I kind of hope it does. But I think this is going to break the Oscar lock for
Yeah.
superhero movies.
Yeah, if
So,
Logan doesn't do it,
if Logan doesn't do it, then Black Panther will.
yeah.
Like it's paved that way.
It looks
if anything.
amazing. Like the pacing of the trailer is so special, and the music styling, and it reminded me of like when the Gatsby music hit, how important it was to the flavor. This had that like the importance of the music, like it stylistically tied in beautifully, and
Right.
like the set design and the costumes.
All right,
and
so
Yeah.
let's hold off.
Should we watch the
Let's
trailer
let's
first?
watch the trailer.
Okay.
Okay. 'cause
Remember, we need
Legend
to talk over
has
it.
it. This
true.
trailer is money.
I hear it's rewatchable. This trailer. I hear you can watch it more than once.
Legend has it. Nice.
Yes.
Well done. Well done. Yeah, let's watch the trailer. Let's make sure that we talk over it so we don't get flagged for copyright. Forgive us if you just want to watch the trailer straight through. We're going to be talking over this.
Yes, you can watch it.
But go watch it on
YouTube.
Go watch it on YouTube on your own. I just like this.
Tell me something.
I love that it
Yes.
starts here too.
That we have Bilbo and Golem going at
being
it.
upset at
I
each
was
other,
like,
just
at the
like,
very
so
first.
good.
I was like, what?
But there is, I think that there's like some wonderful artistic reasoning behind that, where it's like no one knows what Wakanda is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we, the
but
audience, are
Claw
getting.
knows.
And it ties us
he
into
knows
Civil War.
real hard.
Yeah.
It builds from Civil War nicely, so you're already invested.
And then you have Warrior
Oh
Falls.
man, oh god.
Oh, God. got the Inception
Yes.
bombs.
Yes.
And
Royal Talon Fighter. Who doesn't like
This part. You see the
spaceships.
dog? Oh, I love that the dog like looks up and they're like, oh, what's the dog looking at? And it's like,
so much more.
Dogs looking
And
at
this
your
is-
doom.
like that shot to me is straight out of Fantastic Four. His first appearance where he's
Yeah.
up in the tree in the Fantastic Four. Like, what?
I love the first shot we get of him is in a tree. Like that feels like the
Oh,
60s Black Panther.
So,
Yeah.
And I love his laughing and
And he's like, oh no, I know the real Wakanda. And they're like,
Not
oh
a third world
crap.
country, like,
they're like, oh
yeah.
crap, he knows.
I feel like this song. Oh, ooh, the Force Whitaker! Oh, and then there's still
Killmonger.
They will only be the conqueror.
I think this is the scene that was.
Oh, it's so
What is going on
his
there?
new suit.
Oh my god!
You know,
like,
they're like in a museum and it has to be a Wakanda thing.
The
Yeah.
GM Michael B.
Artifacts.
Jordan. Super Saiyan Michael B. Jordan looks great.
oh,
And then,
Ramonda.
you have Shuri right behind her.
And Everett Ross. He was
Yes.
right behind her too.
Yes.
All of these costumes
And
are
Baku.
cool.
Oh, the
And
scene
then
is
this.
so amazing.
Because he's got to catch the bad guy. Quick style.
Yeah, superhero landing.
And the, like,
And he
and
sticks
just
the
the
landing.
chimes
He
at the
sticks
ending,
the
I love it
super
too. The chimes
The
at the end is
music
so
is
good.
so good. Like the music gives you so much about the flavor of the movie, and that's so
Yeah.
important to me. Music and movies are so vital.
Yeah.
Man, that's good.
But like this is like so like we had,
I think this is the first
love
trailer
it so
we yelled over.
I
We
feel like
talk over
we
it.
went on a roller coaster ride together. like, I'm like holding my stomach.
Like it was yelling. There's no containing this trailer.
It's so good.
I love
It's
I love
It's
it.
such a good trailer.
Oh, I love it.
gives you so much, and then it makes you want more. I mean, and it hints to so much more.
And doesn't tell you plot stuff, which
Yeah.
I hate plot trailers. This was
Yeah.
just a teaser without. We just got flavor. It was like scooping ice cream. I just want to know the ice
Yeah.
cream.
All right. Well, that was great, guys. Let's move on. That's gonna be my joke the whole day. And once we get through the Black Panther, I'm just gonna forecast my jokes to you guys. Once we get through the Black Panther stuff, and then we get let's see, a few pages in. I've got 3 pages, by the way, on Deadpool or on Black Panther. I saw
good.
Deadpool. Yeah. Ant-Man and Wasp. We're gonna be like, hey guys, let's get back to Black Panther real quick. No, I've lost the joke.
Angela
All right.
Bassett
I'm fired.
as Storm.
my God, I know.
Right? When they gave her that beautiful white
She wasn't
hair,
actually
and then they
Storm.
had her. No, she isn't actually Storm, but she's always been
She's
my
always been
Storm.
she's always been Storm. So to
She's
see that moment, I
always
was
been
like,
my Storm.
it's been the prophecies foretold. Like it was just like
It's like,
actualized.
it's like they gave us this bit of excellence. It's like, sorry, we can't do this because now
Yeah.
she's T'Challa's mom, so that can't ever work.
Yeah.
But
That's-
let's nail
she's
the
not
look
ever.
anyway.
yeah,
Yes.
let's just give the fans what they want in a way.
If they do a Storm solo movie like completely separate, kind of like how they're doing with Venom, then sure, Angela Bassett. But I think I'm gonna have to retire that fan cast in my heart.
Yeah, but she looks good
Yeah.
with the white
she
hair and
looks
everything. Like I
Ramonda.
was like, ooh,
It's-
you could be Aurora Monroe.
Yeah,
could do that.
oh God, yes, she could, yes, and plus she's a vampire, so she can totally do like progressing through the ages with Storm. And I love her. Have you met me? I love Angela Bassett, but I'm willing to add in all of my stuff along with the outline that we have. So
I just threw
can
this
add
together.
stuff in. Okay, then fine. We'll just do it my way.
No.
Marquia show, National Marquia Day.
No, like honestly, if we do the entire show of Marquia telling us about Black Panther, I'm totally okay with that. Like we
Okay.
have other news we can talk about, and there's stuff that I'd like to get to, but Black Panther kind of killed it.
Yeah, that trailer was
did.
amazing.
It did kill it.
So,
So
do you want me to lead the conversation and let you talk, or do you want to just go and then we'll like chime in? How do you want to do it? This is you. This is all on you.
Okay, so it helps to have a bit of an outline for me to then add stuff in.
Okay.
How's the chat room doing?
They're very
with it?
excited about you
Okay.
and life and the trailer, and they're doing great.
All right.
Okay,
well,
great. I'll
let me
just
throw-
give like some
Do
quick
it.
things that didn't come up in questions, and I kind of feel like they should have. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna answer these, even though nobody asked for it. So
People were asking; they're just nervous to write you.
yeah. Oh no! Don't be nervous.
I don't know that that's the case.
Don't be
but-
scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be
y'all.
scared.
Marquia confirms. Marquia approachable.
Okay, so yes, one of the things that did come up a lot was that people wanted to know, where do I start with Black Panther? I mean, it started in
Good question.
1966.
Good question.
Where do I possibly start this? I will always say the Christopher Priest run, which I believe started in 1998. it really gives you a really great view of a really great view of Black Panther and then how he exists in society, like the diplomacy of that. It gives you some of the Dora Milaje. It gives you like, for instance, you get Nakia, and in the comic books, Nakia becomes Malice, and there's this whole storyline with her and Killmonger and her being in love with Black Panther, and because of that, and because of being like kind of straight-armed with it, because he's all into Monica Lynn at the time, or even afterwards. She's straight-armed,
got kidnapped,
she becomes a Wakandian mutate. So there's this whole storyline with that. But for starting, Christopher Priest. If you can't get a hold of Christopher Priest, then I would go with who is Black Panther, and that is Hudland. I believe it's Reginald Hudland. And actually that's where you'll find Shuri, because she's an invention of Reginald Hudland.
That was more recent, like 05, I want to say.
Yes, I want to say
such
that.
a good run.
It's like either 04 or 05, and I think it's 05.
Volume 3. I think
John Romita Jr. art, beautiful
It's
book.
a gorgeous book, yeah.
Yes. I mean, and either one of those that you start off with after that, well, start off with at least one of those, and then you can do Storm und Drang, and that goes into this whole, it explodes the world a little bit with that, so you can try that out. And then if you've gone through that journey up to that point, I do invite you to try World of Wakanda, which goes more into, it actually goes into a storyline of the prequel before Black Panther #1, which is by, and I'm going to butcher his name, Ta-Nehisi Coates. Yeah. So it follows...
That's how I've always heard it pronounced.
Yes. It follows Ayo and Anika. And, okay, so something that did come up in the media that they were like, oh, wait, are they straight washing Ayo? Because it was... because there's a... It feels like there's a respectful relationship between Oyoki, which is Denai Guanera's character, and Ayo, who's played by Florence Kasamba. You will remember her from Civil War. Her and Black Widow kind of had a standoff where it's like, move or you will be moved. Her. And
then T'Challa's like, as much as I would enjoy watching that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. As much as I would.
That was great. And that was like 10 seconds of, oh my God, this is the best thing ever.
You're like, I want to see this. I want to see this hard.
Yeah. I want to see it so hard. All right, keep talking. Sorry.
Yes. So they were talking about, the straight washing. Be like, but it's like, no, that's a respect thing, because Ayo and Anika, those are OTP. That is a one true pairing. You don't want Ayo and Okoye to have anything, because the two of them, they're ride and die. So don't worry about that whole, they were saying straight washing. Don't worry about that. Okay, so let's go to the actual outline now. Yes, Gio.
Professor Murky, I have a question.
Please.
So I really don't know.
Because I'm approachable.
Yes, you are. She really is, guys.
I confirmed it earlier. She is very approachable.
She really is. I don't know, Black Panther, the Shuri cannons thing, is that from the comics?
No, I'm not aware of this. Okay. What that looked like to me is that looked like that kind of looked like with Claw, with like like an arm cannon that he would do. But where I'm thinking with it is that they've kind of slightly, let's say, tweaked Shuri from being just a warrior princess, and I say just
because warrior princess
sarcasm,
is not enough. Right,
sarcasm with the just, because she's so multifaceted, she's so amazing. It feels like they've also made her into an inventor type. So because in
Wakanda Iron person,
yes, like the Wakandan Ironheart.
There you go.
Yes, like that. In fact, I would love for there to be scene between her, Tony Stark, and Banner, because I feel like the way that they have that going on, that she would be on par with them.
Yeah, me too.
And that would be an amazing scene. Yes, they have her like she is the inventor. She's the Iron Man of Wakanda. And it's established like in the actual comics that she has gone to university and like outside in university. She's bringing back all of these ideas. In fact, here's another recommendation. You could watch, there's an actual Black Panther TV series. It's very short. You could just watch the first pilot, and it's like 10 minutes long, and it actually establishes a lot of background for this. So in case you don't want to, you don't want to flip pages, you can just watch the 10 minutes of that. And it actually has some of the setup that they had with like Everett Ross, where he's like, third world country, no, you know, they've got shepherds. And so
Does that mean that you think maybe Shuri will be responsible for Claw's claw?
I think that it would be really, really interesting if they have it where her design has been leaked out or her design has been stolen by Claw, since he's the one that's made it out alive. And Claw has such an interesting backstory with Wakanda. Not as interesting as Killmonger, but still interesting nonetheless. Like, for instance, a Black Panther killed his great grandfather. So that actually started the feud between Claw and
all of
Wakanda. So that's why he's just not having it.
He's not a bright man.
No. He doesn't know when to just let things go.
You don't know when to stop.
No.
Stupid Claw. Stupid Claw tricks are for kids. So going back to what you said earlier, because everything you were saying was incredible, and I did not want to interrupt. I'm trying to get better about that. Christopher Priest run.
Yes.
What I love about that, and why I think that that's a perfect recommendation, is it's kind of so like because I see everything through the lens of Doctor Strange. It's kind of like Brian K. Vaughan's Oath, where like it's a very solid updating
of an origin story
of that story. So like while you don't fully get like an origin story of Black Panther, you do get a modern day setting and telling of the Black Panther story and that whole like mythos and his country and nation, everything else. So I think the Priest run is a great place to start, and then move on to Volume 3 by Hudlin.
Reggie Hudlin. Hudlin.
Yeah. And that, I mean, that's the direction that I went with it, and then I started revisiting some of the Fantastic Four and Jungle Action stuff. But yeah, I think that's like a perfect recommendation, just to throw that behind you, like be like, yep, what Marquis said is perfect, and you should do that.
Do it. It is worth it.
Fun fact: Reggie Hudlin is directing a Valiant movie. Speaking of comics and Reggie Hudlin,
oh, hello.
just tagging it in there, just throwing it out.
Nice.
Fun fact.
Yes. So.
Yeah, like I'm just like I'm in like a strange state of shock at this trailer. I'm just like
it's great.
I watched it like 7 or 8 times again today in preparation. Just like, what can I tease out of this? So much and so little. Like
so
it's just like
much.
Yes.
So real quick,
go for it.
Mysterious figure. Yeah, I'm realizing that I'm just gonna be like,
no, it's okay.
And by the way,
that's like me with Doctor Strange and Koi like with Deadpool. It is okay. Go for it.
So that mysterious figure that they focus on in the trailer, where it's like he's a respected elder. You know him by he has a green suit and a very large disc in his he's wearing a very right? I believe it's the lower lip or upper lip. It's probably the lower lip because you got to talk. So like with him, people are like, oh, who is he? That's a Shibe. That's a Shibe.
What I was thinking.
Is
that a
so
Shibe?
a Shibe. That is so a Shibe. And you know why I know that it's a Shibe? Because a Shibe in the comics has it's just like a maniacal smile. He is all smiles. And we're talking like, all right, so if he's the Joker to the Batman. He's Joker for Black Panther. That is a Shibe.
But he has like political influence and power in the country.
He is extremely he's a scholar, but he's also a study of people. Like he's able to dethrone Black Panther without actually doing combat with Black Panther.
Which is what makes the character so interesting, is that's that fast of the character where it's a political commentary, it's a societal commentary. Because if you have just a villain that punches things, it's not Black Panther. Black Panther is so much more than just the character.
So many levels. It's diplomacy.
Right. Yeah. So the villain needs to be as multifaceted as the villain as the character.
Yes, you are on a global stage once you hit Black Panther. He has been everywhere. He's had his hand, his claws, and everything.
And you know what's interesting about Black Panther? Like you're saying a Shibe, and like that immediately makes me think Killmonger, Claw, M'Baku. Like he is surrounded by allies and villains.
Yes.
Like Black Panther is like this central character. He's the hero of our story, but he has to have 1,000 allies because he's constantly surrounded by 1,000 villains. And all of them are like, you've got like Man-Ape, who's incredibly strong, but then you've got Killmonger and you've got a Shibe who are both like politically savvy, both very strong.
Are able to turn allies into non-allies.
They're manipulative politically and socially. Yeah.
Enemies.
Not allies.
Non-allies?
You non-ally, you.
You fiend.
Yeah, so like it's interesting because like this movie, like he's gonna be surrounded by villain. Like Marvel has a villain problem, and they were like, well, how about Black Panther, where every other character is a villain trying to dethrone Black Panther? How about that?
Yeah, and the thing of it is that these enemies aren't just enemies because, well, yes, Wakanda is a nation, divided amongst itself, but it's also that, for instance, with Killmonger, he's a made enemy. His father, well, with how they're going with it. No, Killmonger, Eric Killmonger.
Killmonger,
his father, and I forget his father's name. If they mention it, I do forget it.
Yeah.
I know Killmonger's name is
Jadari?
Jadaka. No,
Is it Jadaka?
Yeah. No, Jadaka. Okay, so in any case, like his father is forced to work in the mines for Claw, and because of that, he's a traitor of the state. And then Killmonger and the rest of the family get exiled. There's this whole other dark storyline that happens. It involves resurrection, but I'm not gonna go too far into that for you. But it's a really dark past. But he is a made enemy, and when you really follow his storyline, it's like, okay, you've got a right to hold a grudge.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah,
I understand where you're coming from.
That's the thing, like, that I've always kind of struggled with Killmonger is I'm always like, yeah, but he's kind of right.
He's kind of right.
Well, it's a good villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Netflix gets right. Like, Netflix gets it right because you invest the time to make them right and not just, I'm a bad guy, and that's why sometimes the Marvel villain fatigue is real. They've learned their lesson, and now this movie's going to have a multifaceted villain that is as important as the lead character, that is as diverse as Black Panther. Like, Black Panther is a diplomatic, political, societal superhero. Like, there's so much to him. So I like that you're talking about like the Julius Caesar thing. He's surrounded by friends and enemies at all times. Like, he has to be for the character to work. So the trailer showed us that like this movie's gonna be all of that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
And then for just like sequence of events, I'm pretty sure that this is like, they mixed it all up in the trailer. I'm pretty sure that chase scene that we see is that has to be Black Panther going after Claw. And then we go to the interrogation scene where he's like, oh, haha, Wakanda. No, that's not what you think it is.
I like that you have like the tortoise mustache.
And
I like your impression, like, ha 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 ha.
You fool you, I know the truth. So, and then that goes to where you have that beautiful moment between Chadwick, between T'Challa and Koyi, where it's like, oh crap, he's going to tell them everything. What are we supposed to do now? Because one of the things, yes, the Wakandans are very xenophobic, but they have a very good reason to be. And vibranium is so immensely powerful, and it has been, I'm not going to say poisoning, let's say influencing the land in Wakanda for so long that's where we get the heart-shaped herb from and everything. It's like, for that to be released upon the world, it's like, can you imagine when we have, like, just look with Spider-Man Homecoming, where we have the Shitar technology
and how it's
that's
ruining
used
people.
It's used by the, these guys robbing an ATM. Now imagine those are built out of vibranium. Vibranium isn't just a metal, it goes to a mystical element. It can connect people with gods. So,
no, and it's an extraterrestrial in its origin, like, and it has seemingly magical properties that are also not magical at all. Like, they're just like, it walks this perfect line of like, what is it except for the most amazing material ever?
It's like they are sitting on this. It's like this is the biggest bomb that you could ever think of everywhere, but it's also the greatest thing to happen to the world. So it's like, what do you do with that?
They've got to control it in some capacity, but it's also a matter of like protecting themselves from the rest of the world who's like, we've already seen them.
In a way, you're trying to save the world and also save yourselves.
Yeah, it's like wars over oil and resources and stuff like that always happening. If you have like the world's greatest resource and you're the only country in the entire world that has that resource, keep it secret. Yeah. Keep it safe.
Don't advertise that. Because, yes.
Is it a secret though? Because in Civil War, they're recognizable as a country enough to be, for T'Chaka to come
in this movie. I think by the end of the movie, the world finds out about vibranium that sets up the second
And it's like, oh wow.
So what is relevant about Wakanda then in Civil War for them to have T'Chaka come over and then eventually?
Because it's established in Civil War that they're a very xenophobic people. They do not go outside of their country very much, and it was they were doing a conference. It was a big
deal they were there.
It was a very, very big deal that they were there.
It was one of those,
because they don't do that.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, even Wakanda showed up for the
So it's like,
Sokovia Accords.
this is a real thing.
Like, yeah.
And just saying real quick for the trailer,
Yeah.
T'Challa's talking about climate change in the background. So you see that.
Oh, is he
You see
really?
that in the little.
I didn't
It's
see
got
that.
it's got like
That's-
a global warming picture.
Oh, that's
so my
great.
thought is climate change. So even Wakanda came out for climate change. Okay, but
But it's interesting because I guess maybe because I know comics. There was in Civil War. I just thought, vibranium, they're important. There has to be some kind of like economic transaction or something like that has to do with vibranium. But I never realized that it could be, that it is still a secret also.
Yeah.
And that's
Because they
why-
talk about how they think it's a third world country in the beginning of the trailer.
Right,
Yeah.
They
right.
even mention like it's backward and like not the shepherds. But then by the end of the trailer, it's them leaking the fact that it's going to be the world's going to know. So I
Yeah.
think the end of the movie is the world finding out what, or at least pieces of the world finding out.
And
Wakanda.
talk about an Iron Man moment, because we already know that T'Challa's Black Panther. I mean, he already did that. So, but then to bring that out on the world stage of like, hey, so
By the way, they're
we've
sitting
got
on
vibranium.
this. Yeah.
I don't even know.
And that could explain why they keep calling this like a geopolitical thriller, because I don't even think it's by
Yeah.
the end of the movie. I think it's outed pretty early on.
Oof,
like I bet
okay.
I bet it's outed right around the second act, which is why there's so much fighting over the throne, why Claw's around. I think there's probably more villains coming after
the
it.
fighting over the throne, he doesn't just get to inherit Black Panther.
No.
He's got to earn
He's gotta
that.
earn it,
So that's
yeah.
probably why we have the Warrior Falls. It's probably why we have that scene between Killmonger and M'Baku where they're going at it, and you see a Shibe in the background.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like,
I was going to bring that up. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah,
I've looked at this trailer. Y'all.
I pulled that image. If you can find that Roddy Roney, of Killmonger at the falls, like kind of doing his cool flip. Let's take a look at it real quick. But yeah, I saw a Shibe in the back, or the guy that with like the awesome lip ring, and I was like,
Yeah.
That's when I was like, is that a Shibe? Like,
Well, just
is
think,
that...
if you're not going to give him a maniacal grin, you give him this huge desk.
And by the way,
So-
like, as if I wasn't sold on the teaser enough, when it got to that part in the teaser, and you saw like the lip ring and everything, I was like, oh my god, I've never considered like African culture in this capacity. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the aesthetic. Like, it's just like,
Wardrobe was
the
the biggest part of
aesthetic.
the trailer for me. Like the wardrobe, remember like Lord of the Rings when it came out?
Yeah.
They had a fully established world of like
Yeah.
clothing and calligraphy and different writing styles. Like this feels like that to me. This feels like
Yeah.
Marvel's Lord of the Rings, where they invest so much in the culture that you instantly are invested in the characters of that
Yeah.
culture, and that's brilliant. You have
Yes.
to in Wakanda.
Yeah.
Wakanda's a character.
Ruth Carter, she's the costume designer for it, and you see her in properties like Selma. She's done just about Roots. She's done just about everything. She really took the time to
Yeah, she did.
delve down and really get to nuts and roots of that. Like the Maasai. That's an African tribe that you see them with like Dora Milaje inspiration. Also, there's another tribe, I think they're called Suri, Suri, that she utilized them. It's like these are real world things. It's absolutely amazing.
Can the Inhumans give her a call though?
Well, Black Panther
Wish.
has some Inhumans. Yes, we know that happens, but oh god.
Maybe he can wardrobe them
gosh.
season 2. Maybe we can evolve some.
Yeah, we need for Ruth Carter to do Medusa's hair.
yeah,
I
yeah, we
love
do.
the fact that it
If
felt
she
both,
doesn't mind, we would love that.
it felt both African but also technologically advanced. It felt like so much.
Afrofuturistic.
Like, yeah, it needed to, and it was.
I had no idea that was even an aesthetic, and I was hanging out with Taliesin over the weekend, who's been on our show a few times, and my co-host on my comic book show on Wednesdays, and he was like, "Yeah, give me some more of that Afrofuturism. This is exciting." I was like,
Yes.
"Whoa, Afrofuturism." He's like, "Oh, dude, it's an actual." I was like,
it is
"What?"
a
Like,
beautiful style. If
yeah.
I could afford it, I would dress in it.
yeah.
When I was
yeah.
in South Africa, there was like a lot of markets and a lot of like outdoor shops, and the clothing and the fashion there was so beautiful and staggering, and we don't even like touch on it here. So to see it in a movie, but with the future tech added to it, was such a
Yeah, it was one of those moments where like just seeing the lip ring, I was like, I had no idea I wanted this, and now that I've seen it, how have I never had it?
Yeah.
Like it was like all in 1 second. There was a moment where I was like, screw you, Hollywood. How has this never existed?
It's
How
an
is this?
entire continent filled with countries with all these cultures that we're not even dabbling with, and
Yeah.
it's so beautiful and it's so relevant.
Yeah, so
it's
like
amazing.
So it's just like to get like personal and possibly political. Forgive me.
Well, I brought up climate change, so
No, but
it
like,
all goes downhill from here.
but like in the last couple of weeks, I went and saw Wonder Woman. Since I wasn't here last week, I didn't get a chance. To, I know we're a Marvel show. Forgive me for like 1 minute, but
I
Wonder
took
Woman,
10. People got pissed.
Yeah.
Those people don't need to watch.
Yes, and we did it at the end of the show, so it was a bonus feature.
Perfect. But Wonder Woman to me like challenged me in a lot of ways where I was like, it was one of those things where it's like, as an intellect and a person who has studied and everything else and like reads and has a wife and everything else, is like, I know that the patriarchy exists. Like, it sucks. Like, I get it. And then I watched this movie and was like, I felt it on a visceral level where I've never felt it that way before, and it completely challenged me in a way where like the last couple of weeks I've been paying very close attention to why do we do it that way? Like, that's not the right way. Why do I have these like immediate assumptions about things? Like, that's not the right way to think about like women and feminine. Like, that's not right. So like, it challenged me in a very strong way. And then I watched this movie and was like, oh my god, the patriarchy extends to everything. Everything is about white males and white men, and everyone's been struggling against that. And I never fully saw that before until I saw this trailer after I saw Wonder Woman. I was like, oh my god, I get it so much more now. Like,
in the words of the Ancient One, it isn't about you.
No, well, I know that.
Yeah,
but like,
but I'm saying.
I didn't know.
I
didn't know that I was even making it about me or anything like that. It was just a set of assumptions that I have.
It blows out your mind. It really does.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was actually having this conversation with a friend of mine on how this trailer dropped. It didn't get online before Wonder Woman. Marvel let Wonder Woman make history and just do that exactly. Have us think about all these other things because it's like Wonder Woman goes and asks all these questions where it's like, why is the world like this? Why are we facing all these problems? We shouldn't. And then 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks since Wonder Woman?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it was like
then,
what, June 2nd?
But the Black Panther trailer drops, and it's kind of like Marvel saying, okay, here's another piece of just making history. Here you go. We're going to challenge that from Wonder Woman that you are already thinking of, and here's a whole other continent.
We're going to take you another step.
Yes.
Another step further.
Exactly.
It's like just to blow this out, blow your world even bigger.
So
the world is so beautiful.
I just want to tag on to that. There's that one moment where in the trailer you see Ramonda and she's there with Shuri, and like I paused it a couple times and went back and forth, and I saw Everett Ross in there,
right
and Nakia,
yeah,
and I saw Everett Ross in there, and my immediate I had this weird reaction of, oh, there's the white guy, and I was like, oh my god, that's how so many African Americans have felt forever. Oh, there's the black guy, like all of a sudden I got like the importance of representation, and like.
Yeah, well,
I'm still like really just struggling with this in like an existential way, like so. Yeah.
Great. No, it's like think it over, notice, be aware. You know,
no, exactly.
Being aware is half the battle. Being aware is great.
Yeah. So white dudes, be aware.
Oh, we're gonna get so many comments about that. I'm sure you'll have the timestamp.
Let it. Yeah. let us get comments. Like we're not changing the world here. We're talking about Marvel movies, but like at the same time, it's like. Yeah, this is an incredibly important topic. So yeah,
it's a social political topic teaching you with superheroes.
That's
but like
the
best part. We get superpowers and we get fights and we get car chases.
We might even get a little bit of mysticism. We might get some magic because we have a Sheba in there.
Well, and we've also got Zuri, like Forrest Whitaker.
We do have Zuri, and he's very much a cultural and spiritual icon. He's like that bridge. And I remember one of the questions was, oh, hey, is Zuri going to be a bad guy? Da 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 da. No. Think of him like the connection to T'Chaka. Like he's like that father connection to how the way that things were done, but also, and I think he's the voiceover during. I think so too. I think Forrest Whitaker is the voiceover for it. It's like you are a good man with a good heart. It takes a good heart to be a good king. It's like someone says that they're not stabbing you in the back.
Well, and I think that Ryan Coogler has gone on record saying that Zuri is the Obi-Wan to T'Challa's Luke.
Oh,
like it's Obi-Wan. Like he's like the advisor. Character, the one like, hey, let me take you under my wing, let me show you. And I want to know why Killmonger's freeing Claw. Like, what's that?
I think that's kind of like like they have thieves guilds, like that kind of thing. Well, I think it's kind of Claw is a means to an end. Killmonger wants revenge. He's going to take down Black Panther. He's going to get on that throne. I mean, this is just in the comic books that I'm going with. So what's the easiest way to get to that? If you have, Black Panther, you have T'Challa, and he's surrounded by, Nation of the Shield. He's surrounded by his council and the Dora Milaje. How do you get to them? You get Ashibe, or Ashibe finds him. Let's be honest. Killmonger doesn't find Ashibe. So you have Ashibe, and then you need some muscle. You're going to go for Claw. And Claw has this grudge. Yes. He's got this grudge. He's got connections. And I absolutely love that they have him in that interrogation room sans arm cannon. And I like that they address that issue. He's extremely powerful. He's extremely powerful in that position, even though he's the one that's captured.
Yeah. And my guess is that, like we were saying earlier, my guess is that Killmonger and Claw and Ashibe somehow steal the designs for Shuri's arm cannon stuff or whatever.
I definitely see that.
And they gift that to Claw or give that to him as a means to help defeat T'Challa and his armies in Wakanda and everything else. So.
Very possible.
I see Claw working with, behind the scenes with someone in his inner circle. And then I think the tech is definitely going to be stolen. I'm not sure if it's Shuri or if it's for, some Wakandan thing.
Maybe?
Yeah, I just definitely think there's there's going to be that third act,
Possible.
reveal of Claw being in Subterfuge. And, so now we just need Brian Austin Green to be in a Marvel movie, and all 3 Human Torches will be rectified. And then we'll be good.
There we go.
I love that meme. That was really
That
funny.
was a great meme.
Brian Austin Green voiced Human Torch in 1994's show, so now we just need him in Marvel, and we'll have fixed all the continuity.
All right, let's see. We've talked. Let's see. I'm going to go through everything here. We've talked Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia. Is there anything we need to know about her, real quick?
Well,
She's
gorgeous.
she's
she is. But she also,
and
she's
her femme fatale outfit. It's like, I want that
walking
outfit.
through that club or the casino.
Yes, it's the green one, and it's just like the collar and her
Well,
shoulders are out.
that's
And then
true,
also
yeah.
this one
There
where
you go.
it has her, and it looks like she's
Wait,
in her Dora Milaje.
Is that Nakia?
That's Nakia. She's
damn.
and can I say real quick with this picture is Nakia standing next to Shuri. Shuri has her arm cannons. And you notice that Nakia is holding chakrams. So I am A-okay with connecting with the Xenoverse, where it's like Xena's chakram is also made of vibranium.
And I
A-okay
bet
with
those
it.
light up and are electric or some weird vibration
the
kind of
amazing
thing.
reflexes that you have to throw one of those and then catch it on the
Catch it.
rebound. There were only 4 people in the Xenoverse that could do it.
And you can name them all.
Yes.
So
Kalisto, Xena, Ares. Did Gabrielle catch it once? Ooh,
Probably.
I know. Kalina,
Wow. You really can do this.
Yes.
That's impressive. Oh my God!
Well,
As if I
isn't-
needed an excuse to love you even more.
Aren't those they're supposedly made from vibranium, right? So isn't also vibranium an electric conduit at some point in the comics?
It's just about everything.
So
It really, I mean, it's the most durable metal underneath adamantium, and I think the only reason why it's underneath adamantium is because Marvel doesn't own it anymore.
No, I think vibranium's stronger.
No,
I think vibranium is
adamantium's
the strongest.
Adamantium's above vibranium.
They can't cut each other
so.
because I know there's always the shot of the claws and the shield. So I think they're both they not neutralize, but I don't know.
Well, and the main property that vibranium has is that it absorbs
nullifies sound.
Well, it's not even only just sound; it's any vibration
Right,
at all.
it
So, if
absorbs.
you hit it, it's like, oh, well, I'll absorb that and make it.
Which is
so
how
that
he
it
lands.
doesn't
Which is how he
exist.
jumps
Yeah.
out of
I
buildings
love
and
this conversation.
yeah.
I love
They're
this conversation.
nerds.
Yes.
Vibranium allows Cap to be Cap a lot of the time, especially in the
Yeah.
movies. So I'm really excited for them to explore that side of Wakanda.
Yeah, metal and drugs. That's Cap for
We
you.
got this.
Yeah.
Yes, and I
Metal and
love
drugs.
those hand cannons because they're so Mass Effect for me. I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yes.
So we talked Zuri, we've talked Ashibe, we've talked Angela Bassett, Michael B. Jordan. Oh my God, Michael! I know we've already said it, but he looks so
He
good.
looks so cool.
He looks so
That was
good.
instantly the meme, and the GIF everyone was throwing up online was just there's 3 seconds of Michael B. Jordan, but I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, that
Yeah.
moment is exciting.
Yeah.
He's in the
Yeah.
trailer twice, and both times are like,
It's like, yes.
And the hairstyle, it's so. I don't know. I was like, I just want to watch it just for the hair.
it looks great.
The hair-
and I
hair looks
love
so
Michael B.
cool.
Jordan so
Yeah.
much. And I want now a Dragon Ball Z movie even more.
God.
His Saiyan armor is so great.
Yeah, but way back when Daniel Kaluuya said, "Oh, it's like Game of Thrones," it's like, yes, it can be like that
and it
because
should
they're
be.
going to be able to balance these personalities so beautifully that you're going to want a TV show of this. Where it's just not like I really just want to explore World of Wakanda because
Yeah.
it is that good.
It's that
It
good.
is that good.
You see, and again, just because I see everything through the filter of Doctor Strange, like this was the way I felt about like that movie coming out. I was like, he's been around since the 60s. No one gets it, and he's an incredible character, and now you're going to see why I love him so much. Like, it's the same thing for Black Panther, where it's like, he's been around since the 60s, and he's incredible, and his mythology's incredible, and his country, and his allies, and his enemies, and now you all get to see it.
And he's had a bunch of great runs that people can go back and revisit. Like, we mentioned the 70s and 2005. Like, that's, we're like, with these two runs, like, it's really cool that we can mention a run that's so recent and so far back. That's,
Jack Kirby has a run. You can discover Kirby's run. He has it like Black Panther's Indiana Jones. So think of it that way. Black Panther, like in this high adventure, Indiana Jones, Jack Kirby world.
Jungle madness. Like there's so much cool jungle stuff. There's not a lot of superheroes in Marvel that get to like play in the jungle.
Here's the photo you guys were talking about with the hair. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So cool.
I love that y'all are freaking about his hair, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's regular hair.
No, but like
Michael B. Jordan.
I love it.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan with it.
I understand, and I love that you love it. I understand.
But like also just like the intensity of his look, the costume, like just all of it. Just like, oh my God, this works so good. All right.
Okay.
Now that we've let's see, where are we at on time?
I can't wait to see him as a bad guy.
We have now talked about Black Panther for 45 minutes.
What? Have we?
It's 3:18.
We have.
Oh my gosh.
I've got my clock.
I'm not
right
sorry,
here.
not sorry.
I was like, you're not
See
sorry.
No, I'm not sorry at all.
See my time clock?
No,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. See,
All right,
proof.
so let's move on to other news.
Anything else? Deadpool, we good? We're moving on?
Deadpool. I need to say something. And this is really exciting to me.
This is all right. You
Now,
guys are both getting your day.
I'm just
I
gonna
get
briefly
it. I
mention-
get it.
Well, if Doctor Strange would come out with another movie
We'll
already.
get,
I know,
you'll get your days
right?
back. Guys, I'm rereading Deadpool from the beginning. We're talking about this very quickly. Issue 15. 15 is my lucky number. I was born September 15th. I weighed 5 pounds, 15 ounces. At 5:15 p.m., issue 15, when rereading, there's a panel wherein Deadpool wrote Koi Boy on his dead hut.
And this is from
From 1998.
Yeah.
That's insane. What are I like retroactively tagged a comic. And it's like my handwriting, and I tweeted this, so if you go on my Twitter, that's insane. I literally, I don't even know I couldn't handle it in public. I embarrassed myself. I freaked out. It's amazing. Imagine finding your nickname written in a comic written when you were 10 years old in your favorite title. What is going on? But Deadpool news.
Deadpoolness. Let's talk real quick. We've got some leaked audition tapes for Deadpool 2 featuring two young actors named Killian Scott, who's from Ripper Street. I've never seen it. And Charlie Palmer Rothwell, who is in Dunkirk later this year. I have not seen that.
Nor have I.
Not out yet. But they both auditioned for the role of a character named Mike.
Good old Mike.
Mike. However, Mike is that's a fake name. That's more than likely a fake name. We've talked about it on the show before. If you're new to it and haven't heard this before, a lot of times in auditions in Hollywood, especially for bigger, higher profile projects like this, they will sort of mask a lot of the actual characters and some of the information, but they still have to audition them, so fake names.
Michelle.
Yes, Blue Harvest much?
Blue Harvest.
Movie titles, character names, anything you don't want leaked to the press like we're doing.
Because we're ravenous.
Yeah, we're excited.
Ravenous.
So there's this character named Mike, and I didn't actually see the auditions, but I read through it. I actually meant to copy and paste that here, but so Coy could do a dramatic reading of it, but it's actually about a full page long. It's probably a little too long. Anyway, Mike is talking to who we assume to be another mutant, and he mentions several times this other mutant having fire and having the capacity to do something with fire. It's all kind of implied, but he keeps saying fire, 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 fire. One of the quotes is, "You have more fire in your lungs than your fists." And then later he says, "Our gifts are unique. We're made for each other. Okay, fire and the ultimate fuel." This is all taking place apparently in like a compound where it seems like they're all kind of trying to escape. He makes mention, he references the man with the silver arm coming back to get them. So they don't, maybe they haven't met Cable yet, but they've seen him. They know Cable's trying to free them in some capacity. And he also references some guy named Keaton, then later Richard, as the person who's holding on to them. So all of that background, so here's my theory. The guy talking is Chamber.
What? I don't believe it.
And he's speaking to Pyro.
If they somehow have Chamber in this, that would be so many leaps into weird, and I'd be so I've wanted Chamber since we started this show.
Yeah.
I've mentioned Chamber from like day one.
Jono, I can't remember. I know his name is Jonah. I can't remember.
It's
Jonathan something. Yeah,
it's
but
British.
it's Jono. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
He goes by
Yeah.
Jono, and it's a British
JT squared.
JTT as Jono as Chamber.
That'd
be insane.
But here's my thinking. Pyro can't create fire. He can only control it.
Right.
So that's why he has like the sort of like gas jets underneath his arm. He can like spark a flame, make it grow, make it shrink, turn it into a dragon, whatever he wants to do. He can control it, manipulate it, and shape it, but he can't create it.
Yeah. When did we see him? Days of Future Past?
No, X-Men
that's
2 and
X-Men 2.
X-Men.
He had a small part in 2, I think, and then 3 he was like full on bad guy.
I remember him. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but we're seeing that like
Dim Bell was.
They're sort of like retconning their own universe and whatever. So. Whatever, fine.
Dude, if Chamber happens, that would be insane.
But dude, the only character I can think of that would be fuel to the fire, as he says, our gifts are unique. They're made for each other. Fuel and the ultimate fire. Chamber, even though it's more of a like sort of psionic, psychokinetic energy, it's still fire.
Right.
So he can just stand next to Pyro and be like, yeah, just keep pulling and.
See, Black Tom Cassidy has a way of like controlling things with his mind. It's usually plant-based, but I can see them going a direction with that. We practically know Black Tom Cassidy's in this.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting. But Chamber, man, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, that's my theory, and my theory is mostly that's what I really want to see.
Yeah, now that you've said it, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah. So Fox, we know you're listening. We know you watch our show religiously. You have it marked on your schedules to shut the theater down, shut your studio down, and watch our show. I know, but yeah, if you're watching and that's not what you're doing. Change it and
make
do
it,
that
make it
and
cast Robert
that.
Pattinson.
Now we also have. I'm sorry, like I'm just going on. Did you guys have anything you wanted to say?
I'm good.
I think Keaton and Richard are also fake names, obviously.
Yeah, me too.
And I really think that we're gonna see more mutants in this than you expect. I think they're getting a budget. And that's why the director left. I think Tim Miller left because of the amount of mutants we're getting.
Yeah,
he wanted
agree.
to keep another one contained, and then Fox is like, no money.
We want all of this.
Yeah, we
so
want all of this, and we're gonna use this movie and New Mutants to
make
sort
the
of maybe
X-Men
start
again.
launching X-Force and all that. So yeah.
Oh, they
just please be careful.
They shouldn't. Yeah, they should just
careful.
don't put too much on
Don't
it.
Batman and
Don't
Robin
put
me,
too
guys.
much on it.
Please.
It's like let them breathe. Let that character development happen. I mean, we love Negasonic Teenage Warhead because we got to spend time with her.
And I want directing, like John Wick's directing style is going to be amazing for the action stuff, and they're going to make sure the comedy's there. But if there's like a too much comedy, too much action, too many characters, it's going to feel like a hodgepodge. Like there's so much already just with the talent involved.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about Infinity War later, but it's anyway. Tease for later.
Matt just skibbity-bop himself in his brain, you guys.
You saw it.
You just saw an in-brain skibbity-bop happen. I just will get to it myself later.
There was a thought bubble.
That was beautiful.
Shioli Katsuna has joined the cast in what is being called a key role. This was broken by Deadline. No information on who she is. I saw online someone said they thought she might be Marrow, and someone else said Spiral.
I'm thinking Armor.
Oh my god, yes.
She's adorable.
I think Armor. To me,
Oh
she's
my
like
God.
Armor.
She's adorably lethal.
When I
Look
see
at
her,
that face.
Armor. That's what I see.
Well, I want to leave now. Like,
So I follow your chamber with my Armor mic drop.
like, if she's Armor, I want to go wait in the theater now.
It's coming. No. It's coming.
No. Do not make me leave. I will sleep here for over a year.
very
I am
important to me.
staying. I am staying. I'm
Imagine
going to see Armor.
In a Deadpool movie with that might have Pyro and Chamber in it.
Yeah. Fox, if you're listening.
After Logan, Fox is like, all right, fine, we'll make X-Men movies.
Fine.
What if
I
we
guess
start
you guys want
caring
them.
about the characters in only movies, not TV?
All right, Spider-Man. Anything else we want to say before we move on to Spider-Man news?
I just the more they announce, the better Deadpool sounds, except for the concern about the
Too many
It's like,
characters,
not too much. Not too much. It's like, just a little. Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Let's not Spider-Man 3 this.
Yes.
We don't need
Please.
70 billions.
Yes, we don't need apocalypse. Just stop.
Yeah.
If they just do the Black Tom Cassidy run with Siren, I'd love the idea of like Deadpool having a weird love interest that he's like nervous around and like squirrely. Like there's so much they can do if they just follow the comics.
Yeah.
Deadpool's flirted with Shuri before. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's amazing.
Totally did.
Where's
he was
that
fighting
comic?
alongside Battle. I forget the exact comic. I have to remember. But he's like, "Oh, you're T'Challa's sister, right? Or are you single? What's your sign?"
Yes.
Oh my god! And then she
totally
like cuts
did
his
that.
head off and he puts it back on. He's like, "We should hang out soon." Spider-Man: Homecoming revealed some special new details about Zendaya's mysterious role. I was actually a couple weeks ago. Someone I can't remember who, a fan corrected me and say it because I keep saying Zendaya. And a fan tweeted at me like, "Hey, it's Zendaya." So Zendaya. I apologize. I've been getting it incorrect. Zendaya. So here's some quotes from a Disney Channel, like, "Hey, you should go watch Spider-Man" kind of thing.
22 minutes they did this thing. It's
Yeah.
a 22-minute special. Let the movie happen, guys.
Yeah, let the movie happen. It's in like 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's July.
I'm officially blackout. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's before Comic-Con though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
before
about
It's
a month
July
before
4th
Comic-Con.
weekend, I think.
Yeah. So, quote from Tom Holland says, speaking about her character Michelle, she is sort of weird, dorky, kind of closed-off character, but she seems to follow Peter and Ned Leeds around quite a bit. The actress Zendaya later added, "She's weird, but she's super cool to me because I feel like usually what she says is very real." So, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, we can kind of already see that in the trailers, but just hearing that is kind of nice. Also, I will mention, we're not going to talk about it on the show because I'm a little upset with myself that I spoiled this.
I did not look at these.
You didn't?
I didn't.
That's why I labeled it the way that... I'm not talking about
okay,
it.
good.
I'm not
I got
talking
scared.
about it.
I got scared.
No,
That's-
he's not gonna talk
that's
about
why
it.
it
He's
says
just
in the
gonna mention
rundown.
that.
I saw that, then I thought you changed your mind. I got even more worried.
I would not do that to you, Cole.
Yes.
Okay, thank
It's like, giving someone the secret to El Dorado, which is in Africa, which is Wakanda.
Oh, hey, there's that booking on the back end of the show. We're back on Black Panther, guys.
Speaking of, we should talk about Black Panther.
Number 3 most downloaded trailer in 24 hours, 89 million views. Oh, we're back to Black Panther. We're back to Black Panther. How that happened? What's going on?
So there are some spoilers about Gwen Stacy and her friend and Zendaya's character Michelle. If you want to go look those up, I saw them on comicbook.com, but I also know like Screen Rant ran with it and a few other sites ran with it, and it's based on the Spider-Man Homecoming Junior novelization. Which,
why do they release those before
Why is
the
that
movie?
before the movie?
Every movie does it where they're like, it's kind of geared towards kids. What if we give you the whole movie in book form?
They do
Why?
that. I remember that.
Like they did the same thing with
I remember that
Guardians.
as a
Like,
kid.
Stop. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
yeah, don't do it. Yeah.
Since we were kids, they've been ruining movies. Come on,
Yeah,
guys. Wait
it's
till
They're
like
like,
2 weeks
hey,
after.
here, read this book. It's the movie.
It's the movie, yeah. I read the Harry and the Hendersons book before I ever saw the movie, and it was all spoiled. I was like, he makes it back to the woods. But if you are not spoiler averse and you want to know who Michelle's character is, and it is burning you inside to know, you can go look that up for yourself because I don't want to spoil it for anyone else.
And don't tell us.
Yeah, don't
do
tweet
not-
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I prefer
if you
not,
guys,
thanks.
I'm gonna take this moment while we're on Spider-Man. Please, just don't tweet me anything spoilery. I love you guys. I love sharing. I love the communication we have on Twitter. But I do not want to know anything else. I'm like full la 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 mode.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
So just for us.
I write for comic book websites, and it's really hard to keep yourself spoiler free.
Yeah, man.
So
I'd
please
imagine
do
so.
not ruin it for those
I've
people
just-
that really do not want to know.
I've just sort of accepted that I'm going to have a very large amount of things spoiled for me, especially like working at Screen Junkies and stuff like that.
Right,
It's like,
yeah.
you know what, like at some level I'm just going to have to be like, I kind of don't care, but every once in a while there's something like this Michelle thing where I'm like, oh,
It's like this one thing. I just wanted
didn't
one
want to
thing.
know this.
The week before movies, I sometimes avoid Screen Junkies for that reason. Like, I
Yeah.
just there's
Yeah,
that
smart,
line of not
smart.
knowing.
All right, Ant-Man and the Wasp have cast an actress named Hannah John Kamen. She's was in
Kamen.
Kamen. You think?
Yeah.
She's in Star Wars, Game of Thrones. There's nothing about who she's playing or anything else. There's some people who are wondering if maybe she is the original Wasp, and that they discover her in the microverse and that she hasn't aged. My feeling on that is that they're probably going to age her a little bit. I really feel like they're going to want someone who can fit with Michael Douglas. I think they kind of want a
Sharon
happy...
Stone.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a rumor, is that Sharon Stone is...
I would love a Fatal
I
Attractions,
prefer
like-
for a more age-appropriate cast. If it's
I
if
would
it's
too.
that.
I would too.
I'm not much into the May-December relationships
Yeah.
that Hollywood likes to do when it
Yeah,
comes to male
I
and
really
female.
hope that that's not what they do.
Maybe
I also...
December. I've never heard that expression. That makes a lot of sense. I like that.
Oh,
I like that. Good.
Yeah.
And I also think that they're probably going to go for a bigger name. No offense to Hannah John Kamen. I am certainly not being cast in any movies. I just think that they probably want a bigger name than hers for the role.
Matt Key confirms he is in fact playing the Wasp.
Yeah,
He
I
is.
am
He is
the
the original
original. I'm the
Wasp,
OG
and,
Wasp.
He looks fabulous.
Yes,
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah.
aged a day. in
Can't
the
wait for
quantum
you guys
realm.
to see me
It's
in
gonna
the
be
outfits.
very good stuff.
Mostly motion capture. But I will say I have a theory. I think she is like a villainous ruler of the microverse.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I really want this
That's
movie
That'd be
to
super fun.
discover that there's a whole other society in the quantum realm, in the microverse, because that's
I
what they did
love
in the
that.
comics. That's where they found Wasp after she died post Skrull invasion.
And you know who's
Yeah.
running the microverse? Kang brings in Fantastic Phase 4. Boom!
Boom!
Shared universes.
You hit the-
Punching TVs with excitement. That's what I do.
Yeah!
Move that there.
All right, Infinity War. Let's jump to it.
Yes.
New rumor ties the Guardians to the Infinity War in a relatively big way. Not a giant deal. Well, like spoiler light, maybe, if it's even true. But apparently, Gamora and Nebula, as the children of Thanos, are also related to the Cull Obsidian. So that would mean like Ebony Maw, Black Dwarf, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive are all in some capacity. Oh God, I love that
Cousins.
art so much.
Thanos' children.
Are Thanos' children. in
Which totally
some
makes
way,
sense
yeah.
because think about it. We've already established that he makes his children battle
Mm-hmm.
amongst themselves. And then the strongest survive, and those that aren't as strong, they get body parts replaced
Yep.
with
Yep.
everything. So, yeah, that
So
actually
yeah,
would
makes
make
total
sense.
and it like ties it all together in a really nice way. And like when Gamora and Nebula finally show up on Earth, they'll be like, "Oh my God, it's my brother. He's the worst." Like it'll be this a bit of
Be like,
some
hey,
great,
Proxima, I meant to get you that cardigan back.
Ebony Maw, just shut your mouth. Stop. So
Yay,
that's
family reunion.
so that's fun and exciting. Black Panther's been confirmed to be in Infinity War.
What Black Panther?
We didn't know. Yeah, we're
What's
back
Black
to Black Panther. We're
Yes,
back
yes.
to Black Panther.
While the trailer only clocks in at 95 seconds, it manages to tell Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther. He's confirmed, like as if we had any doubt about
Yes.
that. Chris Evans spoke about why he extended his Marvel contract, and that's going to lead us into this.
Chris.
Is it his birthday?
His birthday.
Chris, we know you watch our show.
36, great year.
Do you want to
Great
give
year.
him? Do you want to give
He
him a
just-
sexy shout out?
I give him a sexy shout out all the time.
So I want to give you this quote real quick, and then I have a theory that I want to discuss with everybody. Here's his quote that he has to UK's Telegraph newspaper. I had 6 films on my Marvel contract, so I could have said after the 3rd Avengers film I was done, but they wanted to make the 3rd and 4th Avengers films as a two-parter. They said they had so many, and here's the part I want to highlight. They said they had so many other characters to fit in, Guardians, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, and couldn't get them all into one movie. It made sense. It's going to wrap everything up. All right, so a lot of the news sites are like, it's going to wrap everything up. Hey, Chris Evans says the 4th film's going to wrap everything up. We all already knew that. That's not news to me.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I
yeah.
right or wrong? Like,
I mean, here's hoping that it does.
yeah, I mean, I
that's
hope
kind of one
it
of those
does, and that
things
Phase
that
4 is
we
something
would want.
completely new and awesome and
Yeah.
still connected, but going in a whole other direction. And that's what Kevin Feige has said. So
Right.
this to me is not news.
And it's also it just shows that Chris Evans is like the story is more important than silly contracts. Which
Yeah.
what I got out of that was like, oh, he's a good guy. Didn't know
Yeah.
that by his Twitter and everything else
Yeah,
ever.
right?
Chris Evans, good guy.
But here's the part that did stand out to me. Films as a two-parter. They said they had so many characters to fit in and couldn't get them all into one movie. So here's my theory. We know that we've seen Scarlet Witch, Vision, Captain America, maybe Winter Soldier. I know Thor, the Guardians. They've all been on set already. Mm-hmm. We have not, to my recollection, heard about Benedict Cumberbatch, Brie Larson, Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly being on set. Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, is just now showing up to set. My guess is that partially this is like they're doing their whole like parsing out, you know, how like we've talked about this being like the Nashville of superhero movies or whatever.
Right.
So I feel like they're probably filming a lot of the Wakanda stuff right now. Maybe there will be some crossover from some of the other characters. My guess though is that in this movie, in Infinity War, the OG Avengers team is not enough.
They
Yeah.
need
Well,
reinforcements.
obviously it isn't.
it's obviously
I mean,
not
were
enough.
they like cannon fodder in the actual?
Yeah.
In the actual.
Didn't
Yeah.
go well for him.
No,
So,
it did not.
here's my guess,
Harley
is
Quinn
that-
with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
for instance, with
Yeah.
I'm not busting on. I'm not busting on Suicide Squad, but
Bustin'
that was
makes me feel
extremely interesting.
Little Ghostbusters
We
tag
did
for
spend
you.
10 minutes on Wonder Woman last time, so I think us and DC are on better terms.
Yeah.
I'd like to think.
Yeah.
I'd like to think.
Hey, I loved the makeup in that movie. It won an Oscar. I
Deservedly.
enjoyed that movie.
It
A lot
was.
of people didn't
No,
enjoy
it
it.
was a silly-
I thought
it
it was
was a-
fun.
Dude, the
Silly,
amount
silly
of
movie,
guff
but it
I
was
got
fun.
for going on DC Movie News last week, and
Really?
then I wore a Joker shirt on the Schmodown because I love the Joker and
Yeah.
I love Batman.
Yeah.
And
Great
then I went
character.
on DC Movie News, and when you're on the Schmodown, you can know anything, and then it leaves you because it's pressure. It's 10
It's a
seconds
lot
on
of
the
pressure.
stuff.
I wish people would realize. I haven't been on Schmodown yet, but just like being
The
in
stuff
that
you
kind of
know more
situation.
leaves more. So Marvel, I forgot the easy Marvel questions, and I remembered the stuff I had studied. So so many people were like, "Oh, he's betraying Marvel. He's on DC. He's forgetting Marvel questions, talking about Marvel on DC." And I was like, "Guys, I respected Wonder Woman a lot. Can I just
It's like,
Why are
guess
we not
what?
allowed to have opinions?
I'm human and real and,
and
pressure.
And it's not.
Come on.
I even said last week, it's not like the DC attacked your family. Like it's another network. It's not like you can only have one kind of ice cream.
Yeah.
I love ice cream. I can enjoy both chocolate and vanilla ice
Yeah,
cream.
it's all delicious.
It's been very strange. It's been a
And
weird week.
sometimes pistachio.
Internet be nice. Okay.
So here's my guess is that when they're not enough, and that doesn't mean like they're all gonna die. Like that. Oh my God, they killed 70 characters. Like they're never coming back.
They're just
Bring the
screen grab
Fantastic
this week,
Four
guys.
in. Yeah.
Audio clip.
like,
Matt Key confirms 70 Avengers
70.
dead.
in the first movie.
But
Here's-
not Black Panther.
No.
Well,
no.
actually,
He's got the vibranium suit on. He's fine.
it has weaknesses.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. I'm trying to give them something.
But it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
But it doesn't. My guess is that when they're not enough, Captain America, since he's saying he's in both movies, my guess is that he and a couple other Avengers go get Ant-Man, Wasp, Captain Marvel,
Like they have
Doctor
a phone
Strange.
tree.
Yeah, basically.
Call the phone tree of
all right,
superheroes.
look, we've lost all these other guys. Call the big hitters in.
Yeah.
And not to mention, Ant-Man and Wasp and Captain Marvel both exist between the two Infinity War films, like in terms of their release schedule, right? So my guess is that these Avengers aren't enough. Ant-Man and Wasp and Captain Marvel, we have their films to help establish who they are and their role in the next movie, in the big movie, and then Doctor Strange and Thor Ragnarok, whatever else. I think it's going to be New Avengers. I think that's
Yeah, that
the
makes
title's
sense.
going to
That
be
makes
something
a
like
lot.
the New Avengers,
I can
and
go
it's
with
going to
that.
be a bit more Illuminati name, like maybe like an Illuminati theme, or like Jonathan Hickman's New Avengers, where they're like, in order to defeat these guys, we've actually
Got to be ahead of the curve.
we've got to be ahead of curve, but we may actually have to do some shady stuff.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the things about the New Avengers run that Jonathan Hickman did that I loved so much was
They were good guys.
they were good guys, but they were good guys having to destroy entire other universes to save our universe. It's like,
Yeah.
how do
It's
you
like,
weigh
how do you
that?
There's the
balance
line,
that
bro.
out?
Yeah, like well, if we don't kill this other universe, our universe dies, but it's a universe. Like
Yeah.
so I feel like that's where the next movie is sort of heading, because if you look at the heavy hitters and who hasn't been on set yet and everything else, I feel like that's kind of where it's going. Yes, Gio.
Do you guys by any chance follow any of the animated stuff they do with the Avengers?
Here and there.
So I was this week, I'm not sure what day, but they just released a new trailer for the new animated Avengers TV show that Disney's putting out, which is going to be called Avengers Secret Wars, I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. And the, what is it, minute trailer, this is the plot of the trailer. The original Avengers, which is Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Captain America, and I'm forgetting someone. But they are all taken into another universe. So they have to recruit Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Falcon, Ant-Man, Wasp, and Black Panther to be the headliners of the new television show, and they're calling them the New Avengers.
Nice.
So
maybe I'm onto something.
Yeah,
is what you're saying?
it seems like that is where it might be going.
Thank you for supporting my argument, Gio. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
All right, let's.
Guys, I did it.
I did it. All right, let's move on. Luke Cage, Rosario Dawson was caught filming some scenes for Luke Cage season 2, and she's on set and she's kissing the dude.
Yes.
They that's
In a tree.
and they're kissing, so they're in a relationship. So all you Jessica Jones, Luke Cage shippers,
No.
Well,
They
we don't
might not
know.
be in their relationship. Sometimes you just got to share some coffee.
oh my god,
There's that.
I'm just
There
saying.
is.
Koi, You can stay.
Yes,
yes,
yes.
You can stay.
That's my first I can say.
I love that's like,
I like
that
it.
picture looks like Thanos is going. Good job, boys. Good job,
Thanks,
boy.
Thanos.
They're like, you're doing awesome, sweetie.
Brolin gets it.
Thanks, Daddy Thanos.
I get to live.
And then also, Lucy Liu was spotted near the set of Luke Cage season 2.
Hopefully she's directing. I want
Oh
her
my
to direct.
god, that would be
Amazing.
pretty
Hopefully,
awesome.
I would love
Actually,
that. I want her to direct.
I hadn't even considered that. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think she's. I think she just happened to be in the area. Maybe she's friends with someone on set or something. Was like, hey, what's up?
They're like, hey, I love the show.
I love the
Stop
show.
by. Or I'm directing.
Yeah, because
I
if she
would
was,
love
if she
either of
was,
those things.
if
Yes.
she was in the series, that's big enough casting that would be news to help like get eyes on it and everything. I feel like they would have said something already, but maybe I'm wrong. What do I know? Not a lot.
She'd also be great as the OG Wasp. I mean, it's not the right show, but I'm saying
Sure.
like, I'd love her as
She'd be
that.
great as everything.
Yeah, Lucy
Yeah,
was great.
true enough.
Like,
But
adore her.
do we have the picture of her with Mike Coulter in the coffee shop? Rowdy Roney?
I keep hearing Rhodey. For some
Rhodey.
reason. I keep
Oh yeah,
hearing you say
Rhodey works
Rhodey.
also like
Yeah.
Colonel
If we
Rhodes.
toured,
Sure.
I'd like that. We had roadies.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know if it was labeled. Let me. I'll
No,
grab
dude,
it right now.
It's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool. Don't sweat it.
It's
I
just
I
coffee, don't worry. It's
I
actually coffee.
I just wanted to point out that the dude in the coffee shop, and no, not this one.
You
sorry.
said where they're kissing, or
No, we've already talked about the kid. Rowdy Ronnie, we've already talked about the kid.
We know you're stuck on the kissing.
that's the only picture I could stare at. Forgive me.
Different type of coffee.
Very good coffee. A nice rich blend.
There's so many jokes you could make off that, but we'll leave it.
there's a picture of Lucy Liu and Mike Coulter
Oh, okay,
in
I'm
a
on it.
coffee shop with the guy who owns the coffee shop. The dude who owns the coffee shop is somehow more jacked than Mike Coulter.
Woo.
And I'm just like,
Where'd
how
they
mu-
find that guy?
dude, yeah, there it is.
He's like a one-man Starbucks, so he has to do everything.
Yeah, you just had it. There it is. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Look at this dude. Like, look at this dude.
Dude.
Whoa.
He's more jacked
That is
than
a
Mike.
giant human.
And he
Nice.
owns the coffee shop in Harlem where they apparently they're like shooting close by and they're going in there and getting coffee all the time.
Yeah.
That dude's just like espresso and protein shots in equal measure. That's a life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like bodybuilding is a calling for that guy.
Yeah, like this dude's like, I need a coffee shop. Here's the building. Go! Put it down.
Espresso machine. Espresso machine.
Fan cast as Galactus.
Yeah, that
Oh my
dude.
god, yes. All right.
He should be Rage, man.
Oh my god,
That
yes.
dude should play Rage.
All right. Do we want to revisit Black Panther?
Well, we have a lot of questions that are Black Panther.
Yeah. Do you want to
related.
just talk about that? Because we didn't talk about the designer or.
Oh, we did Ruth Carter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You can follow her on Twitter. I think she's at Ruth Elaine Carter. But
thank
her
her.
name is Ruth Elaine Carter.
Go thinker. Yeah,
Yes.
go.
Oh, just
Seriously,
be
that was one of
above
the most striking things in a very striking trailer, is
Yes.
how great the wardrobe was.
it. Yes, absolutely. So, did we want to do Merry Marvellites, or is there something?
Yeah, do the
that we-
Merry Marvellites. Let's do it. Yeah, like looking over the Black Panther stuff, we covered
We
all
did a
that.
pretty good job in 45 minutes.
Yeah, we covered all that. I did. Hey.
If there's any questions that we
Markia?
didn't,
Markia said she wanted to bookend the show, so I was giving her
That's
the
fair.
option to
That's fair.
bookend it. But if we want to do Merry Marvelites, then we will do the Merry Marvelites.
okay. So, shout outs to our Merry Marvellites. We have Shane Pickett at DadRad4, Max Russell at MaxRussell66, Aaron Wilkerson at Aaron Wilk, Ryan D. Carmine at Insight Movement, JJ
Nice.
Lang at JJ Lang Tweeted, Rita, is
Perez?
it Piers or Perez? We'll say Perez at Rita Perez 94, Laura Mosley at Laura E. Mosley, Justin Morgan at Justin Morgan, JUSSIN, Charles Lee at GoofyFan_Chuck, Quavel.
Nice.
Nice. At Quavel Aiken, Kyle Spetcher. Kyle Spetcher. At Kyle Spetcher. That's EI in there. Jer Silvara at Sexy Jer Bear.
Yeah.
Blazing Boxer at Blue Paper Box. Shout outs, y'all. We did have some birthday shout outs, but we don't have it on
Oh,
here.
no.
So we'll
Next week?
yeah, we'll hit you up next week. Those birthday shout outs. I think one of them was, can I get it was he tried to word it a different way. It was like, can I get the shout out that Koi does from Markia?
How polite.
Okay, I see where you're going there.
Sensual shout, a sultry shout
Why,
out.
why don't we
Shout
do?
out.
Weren't you gonna do? What's his name? Chris? Wasn't it his birthday?
Chris
I mean,
Evans?
the
Chris
thing is,
Evans?
the
Okay.
problem-
Well, you should do it because I got some music ready.
Chris Evans.
Oh, hey, Captain America.
You're also from Boston, where this country was founded.
We like how you run.
Today, 36 years ago, you were founded.
Thank God.
And every day I've loved America more for it. Happy birthday, Chris Evans. You're, oh, Captain, my Captain.
On your left.
Yes.
Well done. Well done.
I couldn't hear
On your left.
Oh, that was
Well done.
Left.
Well done.
There it is.
Nice.
Chris Evans, thanks for watching our show. We know you're a great
We really appreciate you.
Okay, so some fun questions. The Manuel Fuentes at Marvel_Fanatic9. What was your least favorite part of the Black Panther trailer?
That it wasn't 97 seconds.
I wanted more Michael B. Jordan, but that's just, I'm going to go watch Creed now.
Yeah.
Great choice.
I wanted more Angela Bassett, but that's just because it's me.
I wanted more Everett K. Ross, but no, I'm just
I'd
kidding.
like it, but the movie now. Is it the? I only didn't like was the release date at the end because that meant it wasn't tomorrow.
Yeah. There was nothing. Like every single thing I loved.
I actually have something.
Yeah.
Which is not a negative thing. It's just a preference of it. Being of Latin descent, I want eventually an actual El Dorado movie. So the fact that now El Dorado is in Africa is kind of like, okay, I'm okay.
But only in Marvel canon.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't think Marvel is ever going to do an El Dorado movie, so I think you're still safe. It still can
I
happen.
hope so, but yeah, no, it was really interesting, and I do agree the fact that it's so hidden, it's even in the wrong continent. It's so cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
It's like Atlantis. We don't know where.
Like one line of dialogue gave Wakanda so much mythology because
Right,
El Dorado
yeah.
is so part of our culture. Like I
Yeah.
love that they were just like, by the way, you've heard of it. Like that was a
By the way, you didn't know that you've heard of it, but you've totally heard of it.
Totally have. Too bad you weren't paying attention.
Idiots.
Yes. It's like Birnin-Zana, the capital city of Wakanda.
Oh.
It's the Golden City. Yes. So Marcus at Marquitos1219. If the heart-shaped herb is in BP and that's how he speaks to the dead, does that make the soul gem less likely to show? Well, it connects him to his the panther god Bast. That's the way that the heart-shaped herb does. So yeah, that connects them to in that he gets like that mystical power going through. But there are other tribes that connect to their gods in different ways. So it's not necessarily just speaking to the dead. We're gonna see the soul gem. Soul gem's gonna happen.
But I do like the theory that like necropolis and communing with their dead ancestors and everything else does come from the soul stone. I think that would actually be a really cool way to bring that into the mythos, personally.
So sweet.
And
but we should
justify,
see the soul gem though. It seemed like that's what he was getting at with
it would
this.
also justify why they're in Infinity War and why they're attacking Wakanda. Like they're attacking Wakanda to get the Infinity Stone.
Because they're going after stones.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because they probably already have access to vibranium. They're from outer space, and that's where it came from.
Unless it's the only vibranium that exists. Ashley Houchkins at Ashley Houchkins. I think Nova would be huge on the big screen. Do you see James Gunn introducing him going forward?
James Gunn has said that for the first two Guardians movies, he wanted to specifically focus on not having any other humans in space other than Peter Quill. My guess is, but he's now said that rule is out the window after Infinity War. My guess is that we could see Nova. We've seen the decimation of the Nova Corps, but we never actually saw a Nova. Like, and by that I mean like we never saw the dudes wearing the helmets flying around space without a ship. So like, I feel like we've seen like sort of like the Nova Marines, but now we need to see like the Nova Special Forces. And I think Richard Rider or Sam Alexander would be pretty cool. I think we're gonna see it? Possibly. Quasar is also on a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see.
As we go cosmic, it only makes sense. Like the more cosmic we get, the more we need Nova.
Yeah.
Would an appropriate analogy be kind of like Nova is the Captain America of the Nova Corps, kind of like that? How Captain America is in the.
I mean, I see what you're saying, and he yes, insofar that sometimes he is seen as a leader, especially like in the Annihilation events in the comics. But he also like a lot of other Nova just has a helmet that connects him to the Nova Force, which is basically like the world mind for Xandar. So
but that's in the
that
comics.
was a nerdy sentence I just said.
But that's in the comics. Here, none of them have any of those powers.
No,
right?
but that's what I'm suggesting is that we haven't seen that yet, so there's still room to introduce that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Lonely Wakandan at Lonely Wakandan.
It's a great name.
Out of the three villains that we know of, which one do you think will get the most shine? I think we're going to get the most shine out of Shibe because we barely saw him. So I would love that, but chances are he'll probably be, like him and Daki will be the puppet masters in the background with everything.
I think Killmonger's going to be the big villain in this one.
Well, it's
personally.
played by Michael B. Jordan. You don't cast
You don't
Michael B.
waste Michael B. Jordan
and then not have it be.
Yeah.
So, Star Eli at Fixed on Flicks. Do you think we'll see other Black Panthers in action as spirits or in flashbacks? Sure, they could go that route. Definitely.
Probably more flashbacks.
With the spiritual aspect of it. I mean, we forget. I mean, we're all focused on T'Challa. We forget T'Chaka was Black Panther.
Yeah.
And there's this whole journey that he did, especially his backstory with because Ramonda is not T'Challa's actual birth mother. There's this whole other storyline where Ramonda has to be accepted by Wakanda, and she's a very strong individual herself. So there's all this other history. So if they want to do like a flashback thing, they definitely can. We answered that one. We answered this one, and okay, Dumba Dun Donna at Tim Kogan. Do you think they delve a little more into mysticism? I'm sick of magic being described in scientific terms. Give me some bloody magic.
Amen.
We're getting more and more there. At first, they had to bridge the gap with Thor, and then eventually they were like, no, straight up magic. And Doctor Strange was like, there is a science to magic, but there's also a magic to magic. I think that we're just gonna, as we get more cosmic, as the universe accepts that it's a superhero genre.
Though I will say, like, now that I've had a chance to watch Doctor Strange like another 7 or 8 times.
Oh yeah.
Now that it's come and gone. In fact, I was watching it just again last week. I was like, I'm gonna do laundry and watch Doctor Strange.
Now that it's memorized.
It's on Netflix now.
I know. I don't need it. I've got the platinum. But one of my major complaints for the film is that magic is contained to relics and artifacts. It's like with that whole scene with oh my god, why am I forgetting it?
Claw
Baron
in the
Mordo.
museum. Oh, sorry,
Baron
you're
Mordo.
talking about something else.
Yeah. No, Baron Mordo. Why am I forgetting that actor's name? She would tell Ejiofor. That whole scene where he's like the vaulting boots of Valtor and the staff of the living tribunal. I was like, no, but can you actually like shoot bolts through your hands?
Sequel.
Please, can you shoot bolts through your hands? Like,
Escalation.
Please? Yeah. So
once he's the Sorcerer Supreme, I think he'll be able to do that without the relics.
Sure.
Like once he's fully.
Sure, maybe, hopefully. But Scott Derrickson, I know you're watching our show. Please make sure that he.
Today.
Yeah,
I
we're
know.
a very popular
Big audience.
show. Big,
Yeah.
giant, massive audience.
I've been
Scott
tweeting
Derrickson.
a lot, so you know.
Thank you. But Scott Derrickson, please make that happen in the sequel.
Yes, and then Travis McDaniel at Travis_MCD32. Is Killmonger a worthy being for Black Panther? Is his skill set even close? Yeah, actually, because he's a badass. He really is, and he's got some smarts to go along with it. And I mean, people follow him for a reason, and believe me when I say that he does have a very legitimate claim to his grudge against Black Panther. I really do invite you to read the comic books with that. But yes, in fact, he was Black Panther for a little bit.
He defeated T'Challa in like combat for the right to rule Wakanda.
So there you go. It's like, yes, this is a very close match set. This is going to be absolutely amazing.
So we've got 2 more comments, and then we need to sign off. So start getting your sign-offs ready while Markia rounds us out.
Yes. So from Rob Keith at that Rob Keith. At Marvel Movie News, I started listening after hearing you on Movie Fights, and I'm so glad I did. Thank you for feeding my inner nerddom.
Thank you for feeding our inner nerddom.
Yes,
That's
welcome.
Cool.
Because you watch the show, that allows us to continue to do the show. So thank you.
Yes, and we'll end it on an image from Blackbeard at JoeBS3000. He's like, "Aye, my competition goods arrived." Smiley face. Thanks, guys. It's awesome. And
that's awesome.
His box full of Marvel.
Box full of nerdy goodness.
Yes, Marvel cool.
I wrote him a little note on the address that I sent to him. I was like, "Hey, man, thanks for you're awesome." So,
nice.
Dude, Jovius, thank you, man. You're a great fan, and you earned it. So
You're still my phone background. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes. If there were any other questions, you can tweet us.
Yeah, we'll do another round next week.
Yeah.
I've got one shout out on iTunes.
Do it.
Yay.
Do it.
This week's iTunes shout out. Now, Mr. Poop Magoo is an OG fan.
He is. I know that name. I know the name.
The name Poop Magoo. I just want to read his very quickly. It's amazing. I just wanted to say thank you for everything you guys do. I've been home from the Army now for 2 years. It was very hard to transition at first. I had a lot of bad times and PTSD attacks. But I found this podcast and started listening every time I had an attack. 2 years later, it doesn't matter. It doesn't happen as much anymore. And I still listen every week, especially getting close to the 4th of July. More and more fireworks go off and it gets hard. Thank you all so much. This show means the world to me. And you have given me back my life. That is one of the single best things I've ever read. That means so much to me. That means so much to us. That means so much to the what we just do this show because we love stuff and we love you. To know that we've affected you in such a way and helped in such a way. Thank you. That comment made my week, and I just wanted to share publicly how important that is to us. Thank you. That's amazing,
dude. That
is absolutely. My mom is a veteran. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
So
for sharing
humbling.
that with us.
Yeah, I have so
That
many
is
family
so
members
humbling.
in the military that this is to read this and to know we helped someone even a little with something so hard is thank you, veterans. Thank you, Poop Magoo. Thank you, everyone. That I have no words, but thank you.
Hey, tweet us where you live, and that way we can like maybe if there's ever like a convention or something like that, we can all like meet you and give you a hug or something. I would love to hug you, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. That's a
Big
humbling,
time.
wonderful,
Big
incredible
time.
compliment.
Thank you.
All right. Well, on that note, we should sign off.
That was just so much.
We're at an hour 25 right now, so let's sign off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where can people find you and all the goodness?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Markia McCarty, MarkeiaMcCarty. I'm on Screen Junkies periodically. You can also catch me on Mondays on our sister network, AfterBuzz TV. I do the WWE Raw After Show. That's Mondays at 8:30. 8:30. We'll say 8:40. So go into the chat room then.
Cool.
You can find me at COYJANDREAU on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm going to be talking about the Spider-Man comic video game trailer that was
Oh my God,
so good.
it's so amazing.
We didn't have time here, so I'm going to make a video about it because you guys requested it. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
All right, thank you guys so much for letting me come. It was amazing to be here. You can
Do you
find me
have a Twitter?
at
Where you have your artwork and everything?
Oh yeah, at geo_was_here. geowashere.com, and sometimes occasionally I write at geekfeed.com, so you can find me on the internet.
That's awesome. My name. Oh my God, you guys are your aviators. My name is Matt Key. You can find me on Twitter at the Matt Key. You just distracted me. At the Matt Key. Stop it. You can find me at the Matt Key. Also, I have a show that I do on Geek and Sundry Twitch channel called The Wednesday Club. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about how to be a comic book writer, and we're going to talk to an actual comic book writer about how to do that. And then I'm also on Screen Junkies on Thursdays and Fridays. We'll see you guys. Bye.
Matt Key confirms can't handle sunglasses. Can't handle. Bye, guys.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.